Will Ncpl be retesting the $2 levels once again by the end of this week? Or is this a ticker which you should be cutting your losses and walking away from? What's up, trend friends? Today, let's see Ncpl under three different lenses: the why, the what, the where. The why, we're going to be doing a cast breakdown, the what, some stock analysis, the where, telling us where to get in and where to get out. So without further ado, hit the thumbs up button, and now let's get to work. Now, when it comes to Ncpl, my friends, this is a ticker which started running yesterday actually, and it started running. And it's interesting because, we always want to analyze and understand the why first, right? Because if we can figure out the why, then we can really figure out the longevity of this move, right? And whether or not it's actually something that is going to fundamentally help the company, aka is this movement actually justified, or is this just momentarily excitement and hype from the broader markets and just day traders pouring in, pumping the stock, and sooner or later the stock will come down crashing. So when it comes to Ncpl, the company did actually have some form of news. They did appoint a new CEO actually. They appointed Rich Willis as CEO, right? And Mr. Willis is a seasoned executive for more than 20 years of financial leadership and corporate management experience across multiple industries in both public and private enterprises. He was most recently the CEO of a publicly traded logistics and warehousing solutions company, and has served as an investor, advisor, and board member for numerous privately held organizations. So overall, it looks like they're doing they're going the right track. So this is good news, but it's not really amazing news, right? I mean, it's exciting, right? But what you guys got to understand a lot of times is that, when a new CEO comes in, right, a new CEO wants to make decisions, okay? Decisions cost money, all right? That's the reality, right? Decisions cost money, okay? This is oftentimes what we see, right? And this is the difference between, if you look at a CEO, a company that is founder-led versus a company that has just appointed a new CEO. So when a CEO comes in, the CEO has objective goals. Hey, we want the revenue growing this much. We want this growing this much. We want this growing this much. Now, what the CEO can do then, right? Unfortunately, and I see this a lot of times, right, in publicly traded companies, is the CEO comes in and they shrink the long-term vision of the company for short-term success. So they go ahead and they burn connections, they raise prices, they do all this other things that ends up actually weakening the company in the long term for short-term success. They come in, they collect their accolades. Oh, I grew this by this much, then they resign and they go somewhere else. They get their bonus and they go somewhere else. Speaking of bonus, because we got to talk about the bonus, right? I mean, my man did get a pretty hefty bonus. When we go over here to the news section, let's go over here. So he got a restricted stock award, okay? And again, right, for this restricted stock award, more likely than not, he's going to meet these goals because A, they're set extremely realistically. B, this is just them selling shares and giving the individual money, right? So again, it's not necessarily, a new CEO is really not the most amazing, wonderful news, okay? So we're going to go over here. We're going to rank that as that. Now, next thing we want to look at is going to be the what. We're going to do some stock analysis, okay? So when it comes to the stock analysis, right, what is stock? Stock is supply and demand, all right? So how much supply does Ncpl have? Let's take a look. So when it comes to Ncpl, the company has about a 4 million free float, putting its float market cap at approximately 5.7 million. So it's sub 10 million market cap, extremely volatile. Volatility is going to be amazing. And listen, this is the reality of these super volatile stocks, right? Just as fast as they come, just as fast as they go away. This is what I always tell you guys. Say, listen, these stocks, majority of them are made for day trading, right? Like, you need to be day trading them. You cannot be holding these stickers overnight, right? And I think that I told you guys this before as well. I said, what SMX did is that SMX set so many folks up for an absolute disaster in a trading experience, right? Because, they're going to look at SMX, and the chase for the next SMX is going to lead them to the damn underworld, right? Because I'm telling you, someone today was asking me, what's the next SMX? And I was like, dude, the next SMX there is no next SMX, right? Now, I know today AFJK or whatever the ticker is running, right? But very more likely than not, it's not going to be a multi-day rally, and it's only going to be a one-day pump, right? These tickers need to be day traded. They need to be day traded. They need to be bought and sold intraday, okay? So there's that. Right now, let's get talking about its other factors, right? So there's that. Now, the next thing which we're going to look at is going to be how much cash does this company have on hand right now. Well, When we take a look at the cash, the company has 4.4 million. They're burning 4.2 million every single quarter, leaving them with 3 months of cash. So they have about a quarter of cash left as well. Again, their finances are also not in good shape. The next thing, let's look at the institutional ownership. What does the institutional ownership look like when it comes to Ncpl? Sitting at approximately 10%, give or take. So we're gonna give it. We're gonna say it's. We're gonna just say it's okay. All right. How about that? We'll be nice. Okay. We'll say it's okay. All right. We'll say it's between 10 to 20%. We'll say it's okay. Right. Now, the next thing we want to look at is going to be the odds of them diluting. So how do we anticipate the company's odds of diluting? Well, we take a look at their dilution history, right? Their cash need, which we just discussed, and then their overhead supply. So their overhead supply is actually limited right now, meaning that they can't be diluting behind closed doors, which is pretty good. Although they are in need of cash, just based off of new moves that maybe the CEO wants to make, or just they need money to run things, right? They only have about a quarter of cash left on hand to keep their lights on, right? To cover their overhead, right? For the company. So we're gonna put the odds of dilution at okay, meaning that it's not unlikely, but it's also not something that is extremely evident that is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, give or take. Now let's talk about the short interest. So let's look at short interest of Ncpl, and let's see what the shorts have been doing, right? And so when you look at, would you take a look at this? It's up 76% today. The short interest increased by 76%. So this is actually not a good look at all. When you see short interest increasing at this rate, this is extremely bearish. Why is this bearish, Sam? Because this goes to show that the shorts are actually doubling down on their position, right? They're not backing out, they're doubling down on their position. The same way where us longs go ahead and buy the dip of a given ticker, shorts go ahead and add to their position when they think that a stock is expensive, okay? And I know what you're thinking, right? Oh, screw the shorts, we'll take on the shorts. But in reality, in a good trade, you want the shorts to be on your side. You want the shorts to also be closing out their positions. You want the shorts to be leaving. So for example, a stock which I told you guys to buy a while back was Bull, right? Ticker Bull. When we take a look at Bull, right? We'll go to the past, let's say 2 weeks or something like that, right? Look at this. The past 2 weeks, the short interest has dropped, right? By 5%. Now today, the short interest is up by 5%, but 5% is really, it's kind of, negligible to say so, but look at the past month. The past month, the short interest is down by 35%. So more than 30% of the shorts have now come and agreed and said, hey, you know what, man? This stock is looking extremely cheap. It's bound to bounce to the upside, right? And guess what? If you take a look at the price action of Bull, which is the ticker for Webull, look at this, right? You go on the daily. Beautiful bounce, right? Beautiful freaking bounce to the upside. So, this is one of those things that over time you kind of come to realize that, hey, you know what, man? Anyone that says, oh, short interest is going up, short interest is going up, that's actually not a good thing at all, okay? It's not a good thing. So would I be a buyer of Ncpl, right? Let's talk about it. Well, Ncpl, first of all, it's a ticker which we did day trade today, and we made a lot of money on it. So it does have a spot in my heart, I would say. But the levels where I would want to be a buyer would probably be closer back down to the dollar level. That's actually what we played today. So we bought it at $1 and we played it all the way upwards of $1.70. That's right. We played it all the way upwards of $1.70, right? We didn't get all the way upwards of $1.90-ish, but $1.70, we locked in our profits and we walked away. We did start taking some profits at, I think, $1.30-ish, and then we added again at $1.40, and then we closed the rest at $1.70. So it was a really good day trade for us, guys. Now, if you guys are interested in day trading alongside us, knowing exactly when to get in, exactly when to get out, and everything like that, check out our private community, man. We've been absolutely crushing it. We have over 400 members coming back month after month. And right now, the next 10 members that join, they get access to everything for a 50% discount, right? If you go over here, we have day trade alerts, swing alerts, option alerts, lessons, one-on-one access, you name it, we got it, right? And this is what our alerts look like. We give it a ticker, we give it an entry, we give it an exit, we give it a stop loss. We also tell you how many shares to buy in your portfolio. So the share size which we use is always in a 10K account. So let's say you have a 50K account, you buy 5 times the amount, 30K account, 3 times the amount. And we are the only community that offers a 2 weeks free trial and a 30 days money back guarantee. Literally nobody else is doing that. Look at this. The granny says, sadly I missed the entry because I was driving, but Bullpick with a banger call on Ncpl, 104. Look at this. We jumped in at 104. Beautiful. This was this morning, right, by Bullpick. Sean, we made a killing in options today as well. That was amazing. And so yeah, we have day trade alerts, swing alerts, option alerts, lessons, one-on-one, dividend stocks, everything like that. We've been crushing it. MJM literally today says, first day since joining, up 18% for the day. Thank you, Sam and team and community. See you tomorrow. Rinse and repeat says, my man, thank you, Pro Chargers and Bullpick, for answering my 12 zillion questions. Burning 3K over here. Another great day. Thank you, Pro Chargers and Bullpick. Great. There we go. Bullpick is another mentor alongside myself. $6,000 for Sean. Learned a lot from Sam. These are all yesterday now, right? If you go CTX, hope the rest of the week goes on. Thank you both. $12,000 off of CTX. Beautiful scalp of Ncpl pump. Thank you for putting it back on my radar. Bullpick. So who's Bullpick? Bullpick is another mentor alongside myself, right? PLRZ. YYI. Astra says, today I want to share my profits as a member of this group. I'm very amazed by the service of these people. So good and appreciative of their work, like Sam, Bullpick, Portrait, Just Capital. These are the other mentors. I want to say that you have to be patient. Why will you be more red in your investment? But you just have to take suggestions from people who are like Sam, Bullpick. I appreciate you. But I took a big risk, but not knowing. You guys can pause it but read that. I'm not going to read all that. But Elite Trader Ollie says, $313. $39 for Eugene. So, we have big wins, small wins all across the board, right? And $27 over here for Heather. And we've been crushing it, man. We've been crushing it. God bless. I'm so grateful for being able to put together a community like this where people are able to come back month after month and make money. And, when I tell people that we're the only community that offers a 2 weeks free trial, they're like, no, you're not. 2 weeks free trial. We're the only community that offers a 2 weeks free trial with a 30 days money back guarantee. No one else does the 30 days money back guarantee because this is their strategy. Their strategy is you join, you forget you signed up, your card gets charged. They go, haha, gotcha. That's not how we operate. We only want you to come back. We only want you to pay if you like the community, if you're making money from the community, if you're learning, if you're earning. That's our only goal, to get your foot in the door, see results, and come back for more. That's it. Literally, Weepoman says 7 trial but 7 trial days down, 7 to go. Open a new broker account to track this Discord, and if this keeps up, I'm going to become big. Probably like 6,000 or 8,000 or whatever. I can't really see that, but we've been crushing it, man. We've been absolutely crushing it. 5 days into the 14 days free trial, and the Discord costs already paid for. I've only been trading. The swing alerts will also be a lot more if I had the time to also day trade. Thanks, Sam, an amazing team you put together. Past week, 14%. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I could read all this. I joined after getting burned in Moon Market Discord from pumping them about 5 months ago. $20,000 over here. Amazing, man. Amazing. This community changed my life. The few thousand I made here this month. I'm not gonna read all of them. All right, give it a shot. The link is in the comment section in the description. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Your boy Sam from Top Academy.